Hallo und willkommen! Welcome back to our German course. Today we are diving into something really useful, how to shop for furniture. We're going to learn the words, how to ask for prices, and of course, how to say whether you think something is schön, beautiful, or not. Ready to furnish your German vocabulary? Let's do this. All right, so first things first, we've got to start with the basics, right? The building blocks, and that means learning the words for the furniture itself. So let's jump right in and start building up that vocabulary. So our first section is all about die Möbel, which, you guessed it, means the furniture. Now here's something that is super important in German. Every single noun has a gender. I know. It can be masculine, which is der, feminine, die, or neuter, das. But don't you worry, we're going to learn the gender right along with each new word. Okay, let's start with a bedroom essential. The bed. In German, we say das Bett. See that little word das in front? That's our clue that it's a neuter noun. And if you have more than one, the plural is die Betten. Okay, let's try saying the singular together. Ready? Repeat after me. Das Bett. Excellent. Next up, we've got the star of today's lesson, the table. This is der Tisch. And that der right at the beginning, yep, that tells us this is a masculine noun. The plural is die Tische. Let's give it a try. Say it with me. Der Tisch. Fantastic. And to, light things up, we have the lamp. Die Lampe. Now, you're probably getting the hang of this. That die tells us what? Yep, it's a feminine noun. The plural is die Lampen. Let's hear you say it. Die Lampe. Great job. Okay, you ready for a little lightning round? Let's whip through a few more must-know words. Just repeat right after me. Here we go. Das Sofa, der Schrank, der Stuhl, das Bild, and der Teppich. Remember to pay close attention to those articles, der, die, or das. They are absolutely key to speaking correctly. Okay, so you've found the perfect chair, der Stuhl. It looks great, but now for the big question, how much is it? In this next part, we're going to learn exactly that, how to talk about money and costs. Okay, this next one is your golden ticket for shopping in Germany. It's wie viel kostet das? Literally, how much costs that? Let's try saying it together, nice and clear. Wie viel kostet das? Now, you might also hear people ask, wie teuer ist das? Which is kind of like saying, how expensive is that? Both are perfect to use in a store. So what's the salesperson going to say back to you? Well, they might give you the price straight up, like das kostet 25 Euro. Or they could describe the price. Now, I want to share a fantastic word with you here, günstig. This doesn't just mean billig, which is cheap. Günstig means it's a great value, a real bargain. It's a super positive word you'll hear all the time. Let's see this in a little conversation. Imagine you're pointing to a chair. You'd say, Entschuldigung, wie viel kostet der Stuhl? See what we did there? We just swapped out the general word das for the specific thing we want, der Stuhl. And just like that, you can ask about anything. If the salesperson says it's 25 euros, you could reply, das ist billig. See? You're already having a conversation. Okay, here's a quick pro tip for when you're looking at price tags in Germany. You'll see a comma, not a period for the decimal point. So a price like this, 9,999, would be said out loud as 9,99 €. You say the euro amount, then the word euro, and then the cent amount. It's pretty straightforward once you get used to it. Great. So we can name things and we can ask for the price, but what if we want to share our opinion? Is the table beautiful? Is the sofa comfortable? Well, that's where adjectives come in. Let's learn how to describe what we see. Let's start with the big one, the most basic opinion you can have, schön, for beautiful, and its total opposite, hässlich, which means ugly. So let's go back to our Tisch from the beginning. We can say, der Tisch ist schön, or if we're really not a fan, der Tisch ist hässlich. Yeah, let's hope we don't have to use that one too often. We actually saw these two a minute ago, but they are so important for shopping, we have to look at them again. You have teuer for expensive, and on the other side, billig for cheap. Trust me, these are two words you're going to use all the time when you're deciding what to buy. All right, let's talk style. Is something modern, or is it maybe a little altmodisch? That means old-fashioned. And I just love the word altmodisch because you can almost hear the English inside it. Alt sounds like old, and modish sounds a lot like fashion. Old-fashioned-ish. That's a great little trick to help you remember it. Now this next one might just be the most important adjective for furniture. Is it comfortable, bequem, or is it uncomfortable, unbequem? And check this out. See that little un at the start? It works just like in English. Adding un flips the word to its opposite. How cool is that? A super useful little trick. Okay, team, this is the moment we've been working towards. We have our nouns and we have our adjectives. Now it's time to put it all together and build some real sentences. And I think you're going to be surprised at just how simple this is. So, the basic German sentence structure is incredibly simple. Seriously, look at this. Step 1, you start with your noun, das Sofa. Step 2, you add the verb, ist, which means is. And step 3, you finish with your adjective, bequem. All together now, das Sofa ist bequem. That's it. You can now mix and match any noun and adjective we've learned today to make your own sentences. Let's look at a couple more examples here. Die Wanduhr ist sehr modern. The wall clock is very modern. Oh, see that new word in there? Sehr just means very. It's a great way to add some emphasis. Or how about das Bild ist sehr teuer? It's always the same pattern. Noun plus ist plus maybe sehr plus your adjective. Simple. Before we finish up, we absolutely have to cover two of the most powerful words in the German language, Danke and Bitte. Thank you and please. They are just essential for being polite in any situation. Now, Bitte is such a cool word because it's like a multi-tool. It means please, as in ja bitte for yes please, but, and this is the amazing part, it also means you're welcome. So if someone says, Danke schön to you, the correct and polite reply is simply Bitte. It's one little word that does a whole lot of work. Wow, we have covered so much ground today. You've learned new vocabulary, you know how to ask for prices, and you can describe things. Fantastic work. So now it's time to put all that to the test to make sure it really sinks in. It's practice time, or as we say in German, Zeit zum Üben. Okay, now it's your turn to be the expert. Take a look at this chair. Let's say it costs 100 euros. How would you describe it? Is it teuer or is it billig? Hey, there's no wrong answer here. It's your opinion. Write your full sentence for me down in the comments below. Start it with der Stuhl is, and then you add your adjective. I'm really excited to read all of your responses. And that is a wrap. You now have a complete toolkit for talking about furniture in German. You can name items, ask wie viel kostet das, describe them with sentences like der Tisch ist schön, and be super polite with Danke and Bitte. Amazing work today. So here's your homework. Look around your room and try to describe one piece of furniture in German. Thank you so much for learning with me. If you found this lesson helpful, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss our next one. Bis bald!